John Henry Group has been operating 30 years plus, mainly in the telecommunication industry. We're experiencing huge growth at the moment through the broadband rollout through the UK. We have other sectors we work in, highway services, Avanti, who supply traffic management and street lighting. The group has 500 vehicles plus. Some of those are specialist vehicles for the traffic management side, cherry pickers for street lighting, crash cushions for Avanti traffic management. The vehicles are predominantly box vans or drop side. The most essential thing is keeping our resources on the ground and working. If we have deadlines in the highway, we have to hit those dates. If we don't, we experience penalties through the highway authority, so we've got to get those crews to site. Traditionally, we ran our own fleet from the start of the company, but we found through the works we were carrying out, big telecom providers, we needed a better image, cleaner image, and again we needed to make sure those resources got to site. So changing over the fleet, the capital expenditure we would have had to outlay made us look at the rental option. Enterprise Flexi Rents man was Richard Chu. He came in, I think he's their national sales manager, and from the word go, it was very open and honest, seamless approach. He explained everything thoroughly, explained Enterprise being the UK and the world's leading provider, and from then on we started looking at prices together. That was the starting point for this process, and the fact that they have UK coverage with depots, it's a very slick process, and they have a can-do attitude. It was clear through the process that Enterprise shared our company ethos. We have a very open approach here. Anybody can come in with ideas and throw up challenges they're experiencing, and we all help to resolve those. It's the same with Enterprise. From the service team up to the MD, they're all available for direct contact. Enterprise Flexi Rent really seemed to get a handle on what our business was about. We had numerous meetings here, we're all positive, and we had some great ideas come out of it. The reason to choose sole provider enabled us both to invest our people, time and energies together with the mutual aim of growing both businesses. But they certainly understood from day one what our needs were, and they can react immediately to make sure they serve those needs. The day-to-day activities we see on sites and the projects we see coming through for next day reactive works, we need a provider who will be able to supply that type of vehicle. That could be fairly specialist, it could be sheer numbers where we need to put on more crews, but they really do understand that when we say we need it, they get it there. So one example I can think of, one of our telecoms clients had an urgent project to complete the following week. We made the call to Enterprise, and I thought it was a tall order, but lo and behold, Monday morning the vehicles are in the depot when I arrive for work, so certainly they understand our business needs. One really great thing that Enterprise Flexi Rent brought to our business was regarding the maintenance servicing. Although we're following the manufacturer's guidelines, because they totally understand the industry we're working in and what those vehicles are doing each day, they produced a preventative maintenance schedule, which in turn is cost effective, means less downtime for our guys travelling around the UK, and it works really well for us. In addition to the preventative maintenance schedule, we have had the odd occasion where one of the vehicles has had a problem, but the quality of engineer they send out means that that problem can be resolved at roadside and get that resource and crew on their way in the vehicle. One key area for us is whole life costing and transparency. Enterprise Flexi Rent fully understand this. The transparency is key if we are to introduce innovation for our clients. In order to have that level of trust with a partner, the service level agreement is key. It allows us both to invest in each other. Enterprise FlexiRent continue to work with us to grow our business. Without them, we wouldn't be able to grow at the rate we currently are. They have to be able to provide those vehicles as and when we need them. You will hear regularly, not a problem, we'll get it done, which is nice. And you need that level of expertise and help to deliver to the clients that we're working for. It's not just the vehicles that they provide. There are other providers, but it's everything else that they bring to the table. And I think they enjoy what they do. So it's the same as where I work. It's important you enjoy what you do, and every day you want to achieve the best for your client. In 30 years of trading, this is our first sole agreement. That says a lot. I'm sure 4 years that we traded before we had the sole agreement was hard for Enterprise FlexiRent, but they got there and they're going from strength to strength. The difference with Enterprise FlexiRent is you can have a conversation. It's an open and honest chat, and you know, as a sole provider, you know now there's nothing behind any of those responses to what you're discussing because they already have the contract. They're there. So it's more of a relationship, and it's almost as if you're talking to one of your own team. They need to understand, and they do understand, what our vehicles are going to be doing that week. So it's not just being about a rental provider, vehicle provider, it's more about being a mobility provider, and they fully understand that. When we request particular fit outs for these vehicles, you've got to have a background knowledge. You've got to have done it before numerous times and understand what we are requesting and the timescales we need it doing in. John Henry Group cover the whole of the UK, so we have to have a sole provider who equally has depots, centres through the UK. That's essential for them to be able to react and get us the vehicles we need, and also, should the need arise for a service engineer, he's not too far away. The industry we work in, these vehicles are really put through their paces. It's essential that we have that transparency. What we don't want is a cheap early rental price and then try and recover it at the end through damage claims. That didn't happen in our 4 years, and I'm confident it won't be. The clients and customers and people we work with instantly notice the change in fleet. We'd have no reservation in recommending Enterprise FlexiRent. They've worked well with us the 4 years leading up to their appointment, and since going sole agreement, no issues at all.